And welcome back to episode 21 of Tarenmor's Adventures in Minecraft. My name is Tarenmor, and this is Minecraft. I left off, and I had just built the sorting machine. Now, this episode has literally taken place less than 5 minutes after the last episode, so I haven't done much, but I did get myself a little bit prepared for what I'm going to be showing you in this episode. Now, as I said, that last creation, the sorting machine, requires what's called blue electric power. Now, that's going to require certain things. First, I'm going to require a way to get power for it. So that's going to take my blue doped wafers and 2 of these blue alloy ingots. And I'm going to surround it with these wafers I've got, and that'll get me a solar panel. I'm going to have 2 of these bad boys. Now, these will do much like the red powers, or industrial craft solar powers, and when the sun is when the sun is up, I'm sorry, it's 5:30 in the morning, when the sun is up, I will have power, and it will transfer for it. But when the sun's down, I'm going to need a way to make power, which is why I'm going to end up making what's called the battery box. Yes, another bat box. This one, however, is done using bluetricity, and it requires blue alloy ingots, some iron bars, and these BT batteries. Now, I forgot to grab my iron bars. Let me grab a stack right there. Okay, now, those BT batteries are recipes right here. Those are very simple to make. You take some nickelite, and I've got some here, and you stick it all the way up the sides. And I'm going to need 2 of these bad boys. I'm going to also need some copper, and I'm going to need some tin. I think that was all I needed, just 2. Or was it 4? I can't remember. I needed 4. Whoopsie. Okay, so I'm going to make 2 more of these. So 2 more tin and 4 more copper. There we go. I've now got 4 of these bad boys. And then it's going to be a piece of wood up at the top, the BT batteries. It's going to be a piece of blue alloy ingot, and then some iron around to finish it off. And that's going to get me the battery box. And this is just like the industrial craft battery box. You set it down, and you run wires to it from your solar panels, and it fills up here, and this is the actual battery storage. This is the total capacity, this is the excess, and this is what will transfer into batteries if I put them in here. Okay, this is the receive, and this is the send. Okay, so that's done. Next up, I have to show you how to make what's called the transposer, and that's going to be the last of the red power. Man, I cannot speak this morning. That's going to be the last of the red power machines I'm going to be making today. The transposer is a lot like the filter, except instead of pulling an entire stack of items, it pulls 1 at a time every time it receives a tick. So I'm going to make 2 of these, like so. I'm going to take my pistons right in the middle. It's going to be 2 pieces of wood on either side, and I completely neglected to get my redstone. So grab those back. Let's do this again. I'm sorry. My bad. Taran was a bad, bad boy. Okay, let's do this again. Okay. So 2 of these up top. 2 of these down here. 4 pieces of wood. 2 of my pistons. And then 2 of my dwindling supply of red power. And that gets me transposers. Now, you're all wondering, Taran, what the heck are you going to do with all this stuff? Well, I'm about to tell you. I am going to make an auto-sorting system similar to what's used by Direwolf 20. In fact, it's heavily inspired by him. I am not completely done. The last thing I need to do is, I've got my sorting machine, I've got my bat box, I've got my solar panels. But how am I going to get power from my solar panels to the bat box, and from the bat box to the sorting machine? Well, that's going to use a little bit of blue electric wiring. That's formed using it like this. That gets me 2 alloy wire, and that was all of my wool. So I might make some more of this wire if I need it off camera, but for now I'm just going to leave things as they are. What I need to do now is I've got all these awesome machines for building my sorting machine, but where am I actually going to stick it? That's the big question. Now, for any good sorting machine, you need a place where you can deposit all your materials, which, as you noticed, or might have noticed, I have an alchemical chest, which I actually looted from the tool box I had. I instead transferred all of my tools into my miscellaneous box, along with my repair rod, or my repair talisman, and that's just a case of, well, there's no reason to have multiple boxes. My sorting system, I actually kind of want to do this in a little bit of a fun way. What I would like to do is set up my castle way over there. And I really, really want to set that up as, my base of operations. I'm going to have to switch that out for an alchemical soon. This is getting really productive. I want to set a castle up right up here. And what I want to be able to do is have my all my crafting and stuff over here, but I still want to have access to that stuff. So it's going to be a little bit complicated. I decided, after a little bit of thinking, is I'm going to be spending most of my time down in this big mine shaft down here, digging away and looking for ores. Because, while yes, I am going to eventually have a quarry set up, I really need to go figure out what's up with my equivalent exchange, my various mods. And I think what I'm going to have to do is do a full go over all of my mods and update everything, and it's going to be a pain in the butt. Which is why I'm recording 2 episodes all at once in the middle of the night. For now, though, I'm just going to have to sit on these things and not do anything just yet. I am fully prepared for what I'm going to be building, but I need a lot more redstone because I need to do a bunch of timers and things of that note. I'm going to have to do a fair amount of planning, and when that's done, I'm going to have a pretty awesome setup. When next we meet, because I'm going to call this a little bit early here, but when next we meet, I'm going to be going through and showing you guys how to build this auto sorting system. I also want to go through and show you guys how to build a really awesome thing, which I don't know if I'm the first one to do it or not, but it's a pretty neat thing. It's just a cobblestone generator, nothing more, which is kind of cool. Actually, I'm going to show you how to do that neat thing in the next episode. Yeah, that's going to be perfect. Okay, so before we do the end of this, I'm going to show you something really awesome. You take some cobblestone and you throw it in there, and you're going to end up with smooth stone. Now, you all know that. Smooth stone is really easy to acquire. What you might not have known is if you take smooth stone and throw it in here, with red power, you end up with stone wafers. Now, I'm going to need a fair amount of stone wafers. The reason I need those is because I am going to make a timer. And timers are built like so. Stone wires, stone anodes, stone cathodes, and the stone pointer. I'm going to do this in the next episode after I've cooked up a bit of smooth stone into stone wafers, because this, for me, is going to be hugely complicated. I don't actually build things like that very often, and I don't have the recipe memorized. So, this seems like a pretty good point to Steven, or Tarenmor. Yeah, my name is Steven. Please learn how to speak. Here's a good wrapping up point. I'm going to bid you all adieu, and I shall see you when I release my next episode, in which I'm going to build a cobblestone generator hooked directly into my furnace that turns things into EMC. It'll be pretty sweet. So y'all have a good night. Toodles.